Hi everybody, this is Tara Woodruff from CoachTaraWoodruff.com and HelpfulEntrepreneur.com. And today I was going to do an experiment. I learned this yesterday to use Google Hangouts as a way to help rank your video on YouTube, and my camera wouldn't display my face. So you would have been looking at just my picture of my profile picture for my G Plus account. So I decided, let me go ahead and just make a traditional video, and I'll keep giving that a shot and let you know what I think. You might as well test it as well. What you do is you do a Google Hangout, and you just make it available to the public where they can watch it if you want, and you don't give anybody the link for the actual Hangout, so no one can pop up on you while you're trying to discuss whatever it is that you're discussing on your video. So I'm going to keep testing that, but for now I wanted to make sure I made my video of the day. Today's day 32 of 90. I think it's 32. It could be 33. I'll double check. And I'm super excited. I wanted to kind of go over again something that I talked about yesterday and that I've been making a really serious point about since I learned it, because I tell you what, I've been in this industry in network marketing for a while. Quite a while. And I had been doing it wrong all along. And there was, as I learn, 2013 was a humongous learning experience for me. So as I learn, implement, and share immediately. That's how I roll. No, I'm not 6 figures a month yet. Am I going to be? You bet your ass. And why do I know this? Because now I know the secrets. Now, they're not really secrets. It's just things that people generally leave out, especially if they're very product driven or direct sales driven. Many MLM companies have a system in place, and some of them are so strict about whether or not you use that system to the letter legally, and others know that network marketing is done the way it's done. So I'm going to discuss the 4 key things that successful network marketers, I guarantee you that every single network marketer that is having great success in MLM are using these 4 key things, and they might not be sharing them with you because they might not be allowed to. There's only one company in particular that I'm thinking of with that, and maybe 2. So here I go. The 4 things that successful network marketers invest in are, and they're not necessarily in this order, but I do think that this first one is the number 1 thing. They have a system in place so they can build a list. In other words, they have a place where you can go and opt into information from them, in which you get added to an autoresponder list, in which they continue to develop a relationship with you and keep you apprised of the things that they have to offer. Okay? Number 2, they all have coaches, or they do some sort of coaching. They either are buying products, personal development, books, attending webinars, or they've hired somebody like Jeffrey Combs or Jen Lutz or gosh, there's T. Harv Eker, Maria Florio, Gary Vaynerchuk. They're hiring someone to teach them mindset, and they also are investing in mindset all the time. Personal development. In the world of millionaires and above, the number 1 thing that they spend their money on is personal development, and generally in the form of books. Okay. Number 3 is events, and that ties into number 2. It ties into the coaching. They spend money on events. They make sure they're at their company events, and they make sure that they attend industry events, like Network Marketing Pro just had a major industry event. No Excuses Summit. Golly, there's a lot. Direct Mail Association. There's all sorts of events out there, and they go to them. Take a look at Michelle Pesco-Solito and her husband. They are at events, and some of them have nothing to do at all with the direct company that they're in. There's an event called the Pure Leverage event. Once a year, people show up to this place, and they share and exchange ideas. They get to meet people that are go-getters in the industry, whether they're making any money or not yet. The go-getters are at those events. So, events are very important. And as often as you can be at them, I'm not going to knock anyone down for not being at one time or another, because I'm not at all of them yet. But it's something that they make a priority, and they find a way. So it's something that you want to set in your head, that you're going to go to events, whether it's company related or industry related or personal development related. You want to be there. Even if they're small events locally, trade shows, meetups, things like that, okay? And number 4, they all invest in paid advertising. Yes, it's true. I'm not lying. I'm not lying. Let me give you an example. When you see someone that goes whoosh in network marketing, especially in direct sales, and they hit top ranks like that, and maybe it's the first time they ever did it. So they're like this miracle story, and the company likes to leverage it to get other people like you and I to join, right? Well, those folks that come into the industry brand new usually have a background, 1, in corporate America or marketing. Number 2, they had a 6-figure job. Number 3, when they came into the company, it wasn't just the $1,000 kit they bought. They designed a website, they set up an autoresponder, and they paid for advertising. Whether it was just driving people to their website, their own personal website, or whether it was doing solo ads with their link for their MLM. Trust me, they dump tons of money into it. So what do you do? What do you do when you're like the average Joe? You know, you're working and you're making, $10, $15, $20 an hour. Your yearly income maybe, anywhere from $15,000 to $25,000 a year, and you're done, and you take, somehow you've managed to get together that $1,000 to join a network marketing industry. What do you do then? Well, this is what I'm gonna advise to you, and this is how I wish I had began, and I wish I had allowed myself to learn this earlier. People were trying to teach it to me earlier. I just wasn't listening. Okay? Don't join an MLM yet. I want you to get some things straight, especially if you're starting on a smaller budget. First, I want you to find a system in which you have capture pages or landing pages. A system which they already have some done for you that are beautiful, that resonate with you. I also want you to have the ability to make custom capture pages so that when you do join the MLM, you can make your own capture pages. Okay? I want you to, if that system does not include an autoresponder like mine does, most of them don't, I want you to make sure you get an autoresponder that is compatible with a system that helps you develop capture pages. Okay? Compatible with. There are some really great autoresponders out there that I adore that you just can't get a capture page connected to unless you buy a system that uses that particular, so you have to make sure that you're finding one. iContact, GetResponse, and Aweber seem to be and MailChimp seem to be pretty universal on your general, everyday, createlandingpages.com kind of place. I want you to do that first. And I highly advise you that when you're looking at a system that you get one that's kind of a bundle. That's a funnel as well that can help you, that you can be an affiliate at and make money at while you are building your list. Okay? And those systems cost anywhere from $25 a month to hundreds of dollars a month. Get one that you can afford and that you like and that you resonate with the capture pages and the other features within the system that attach to an email system that you can afford as well, or has one already included. I'm going to give you a link to one that's going to have it all. And I want you to start there. And I want you to promote that. And I want you to use that to help build your list. Okay? So now you're going to be learning what all those folks already knew that they didn't necessarily let you know they did. Okay? Promote that first. Make a little bit of money. Maybe make a lot of money. And save the money from that to reinvest into a business that you would like to promote. Okay? That's why it's called, this is the word, front-end funded proposal. Because it's on the front, it's funded, you can make money at it, and it will fund your proposal. Which means that auto ship that you're going to get tied into after you spend the $1,000 on joining the company. You can pay for your auto ship through that. You can pay for your enrollment through that. Because the systems that 99.9% of all MLMs have are all about, memory joggers, building your list, writing down all the names of people that you know, And though that is a wonderful thing, it should be the second thing you do, not the first thing you learn. Okay? Yes, there's going to be friends and family that are going to be interested, that you're going to be able to call and be like, hey, take a look at this. What I advise you to do, though, is make sure that you learn how the pros do it before you approach them. This way, you've got the three-way call down. You already understand they need to get on an autoresponder, that there's 9 to 10 to 15 different exposures before they're ever going to have a decision made, one way or the other. And you have to have a way to connect with them without constantly blasting your Facebook. Constantly. There's a way to advertise on social media, and it's a wonderful thing, but you should be advertising or attraction marketing yourself. And you should be giving them the opportunity to opt in for more information via a landing page. Okay? That's my mission this year, is to teach people, whether it's, for me, it doesn't matter whether you're MLM or brick and mortar. I know everybody needs to have a system, whether you're writing a book and you're trying to market your own book because you self-published, whether you have some fancy idea that you're going to be able to fill, a conference room with 500 people at $10,000 a weekend. You're not going to be able to do that just because that's what you think. You will be able to do that if you build a list and you provide value to people and say, hey, this is what I've got going on. I'd love to see you at this event. We've got industry leaders from, or we've got leaders from all over the personal development and the banking, whatever it is that you're into. You've got to have a way to connect with them outside of your social media. Okay? So you attraction market them in social media. You build a list. Then you develop a relationship with that list and a relationship with people on social media. And when it's time, when you've got the money in the bank and you've got those basic skills down, it's time for you to announce what it is you want to do. Okay? What about paid advertising? What about paid advertising? I highly suggest, and in the system that I'm going to offer you today, we have an entire list of preferred solo ad providers and then a bunch of other solo. There must be 300. Start small. Okay? You get into a system and then you find a list of solo ad providers, and if you need a list, I will provide it to you. And you start small. Start really, really small, because now you're still working that job, right? And you're trying to replace that income, correct? So what I want you to do is I want you to take 1 week spend $50. Take $50 out of your week and spend it on solo ad, promoting your system link. Then the next week or 2 weeks, however you want to do it, you want to do it twice or once a week, depending on your budget. You try another solo provider. So this way you can test who's bringing you, who you feel is the most valuable as far as what you're spending your money on. Okay? I want you to get the hang of that. The hang of that's really important. Okay? Like I said, did I mention that people have a website? You better have a website. I don't care if it's a blog spot, it's a WordPress, or if you buy a paid blog like I have, or whatever it is. You need to have a blog, and you need to be blogging. The very minimum 3 times a week. If you want out of that job, and you want to be in the swing of things, every single day. Every single day until it's a habit and you automatically post every day. Okay? You also need to make video. Getting comfortable in front of it. I'll show you. I'm going to add a clip. I'm going to add a clip from 3 years ago. 3 or 4 years ago already. My very first video, I had joined a system and I was really nervous about it, and one of the things they said to do was do video. I was terrified, and you can tell. And I'm reading a script. I'm literally right here on the computer, like right here, is a piece of paper, and I'm literally, I'm trying to use my old acting skills where I could actually read without looking and use my peripheral vision. It's hysterical. But it doesn't matter, because you got to do it. You got to do it. You don't have to be polished and perfect. What you have to be doing is what 99% of other marketers aren't, and that's taking massive fucking action. Okay? Now, when you go to that link, if you decide to sign up and become an affiliate, I am going to, in addition to all the beautiful things that are offered within that system, I'm going to add you to a private secret, awesome Facebook group in which my partner and I, Kara, are going to be providing even more value to you. Helping people figure this out before they get caught up with replicated websites and ruining your reputation with your friends and your family, and having maybe some small success in the beginning and running out of your list and all of a sudden wanting to quit and having a bad taste in your mouth about MLM. Because there's nothing wrong with MLM. What's wrong is the training that you allow yourself to receive. Go pro, guys. Let's do this. Holla at your girl. And go check out my website. I have a blog, and it's CoachTaraWoodruff.com. I write all sorts of stuff there. Most of the time, I just put my videos in it. That's how I roll. I like video. I love you all. Peace.